Hello everyone, my name is Santosh Ugonda Unaram. Today date is today date is 8th March 2022, and today our topic is exception handling in Java. What is the exception in dictionary meaning? Exception is the abnormal condition occurs in the code running. The exception handling in Java is one of the powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors, so that the normal flow of the application can be maintained. Exception is occurs in the code, then terminate the all below the code. We will learn about the Java exception handling. It types of different types of between the exception handling. First one is the checked and unchecked exception. Hierarchy of the Java exception classes. The Java dot language dot throwable class is the root class of the exception hierarchy, inherited by the subclasses exception and errors. Checked exception, the class that directly inherits the throwable class except the runtime exception, and the error are known as the checked exception. Checked exception is a check by the compile time. For the example, IO exception, SQL exception, checked exception are checked in at the compile time. Unchecked exception. Unchecked exception is the checked as the runtime. The classes that inherit the in runtime exception are known as unchecked exception. For example, arithmetic exception. In arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array out of bound exception, string out of bound exception, and that's etc. Unchecked exception are the not checked at the compile time, but they are checked in runtime. But in checked at the runtime. What is the error? Error is the incorrigible some example of the errors: out of memory error, virtual machine error, assertion error. Exception is the not an error. Exception is the we can control by the programming. Java provides the 5 keywords of the user to handle the exception. The following table describes each. First one is the try keyword. Try keywords means the reserve word in the Java library. Try keywords is used to specify where block where should be placed the exception code or risky code. It means can't be used the try block alone. The try block must be followed either catch or finally catch block. Catch keyword. Catch keyword with catch block is used to handle exception. It must be predicted by the try block, which means we can't use the catch block alone. It can be followed by the finally block later. Finally block is used to execute the necessary code of program. It is executed whether one exception is handled or not. Throw keyword. Throw keyword is used to user is throw an exception, and created exception is used to throw keyword. Throws keyword is used to is declared the exception. It's specify that there many occurs an exception in the method. It doesn't throw the exception. It always used to method signature. Next one is the we discussed the exception handling hierarchy in small introduction. Throwable class is the main root class, and then this extends to extend the two classes. One is the exception, and the second one is the error. Exception class is the 4 types. First is the IO exception, second is SQL exception, and arithmetic exception, and other. Arithmetic exception is the first one is the array out of bound exception, null pointer exception, then null pointer exception, and then string out of bound exception. These types of errors occurs in the arithmetic exception. And exception is the when exception occurring in the some program, then execution of the execution is terminated. We handle the exception, then we not terminate the program, and smoothly working of the program is carried out. And then exception. Okay, thank you.